Well, you probably heard the saying that money doesn't grow on trees. And when it comes to money, many of us have a fear-driven mentality passed down from generations before.
Our next guest says that kind of thinking may be holding us back more than we realize. Welcome this morning, David Neagle. He's a success coach and wealth expert. David, good morning and welcome to Charlotte today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So why is it so important for us to reframe our thoughts about money?
I think what happened was that over a long period of time, especially in the Depression, our parents developed this mentality that if we would just be loyal to a company, they would be able to give us security. And even though that wasn't true, we believed it. But the world is changing so fast that if we don't change that mindset, that we can't adapt to the way companies are working and the way people are building businesses, and people are more entrepreneurial than ever. So you have to be able to take risk and get rid of that idea if you're going to move through the world and be financially successful.
Okay.
Let's talk about ways of reframing your money mindset. You say to determine what you really, really want.
Absolutely. Well, think about it like this. If you didn't have to think about what other people would think of you, and you didn't have to be concerned about what it would cost, what would you pick to do in life? So if you reframe that, because most people, they pick a career that's going to keep them safe, so that they literally end up, kind of tiptoeing their way through life, hoping to make it safely to death type of a thing. And the idea is that you really experience life, but from the quality of life that you determine for yourself.
Yeah, I always like to say, if you could take a magic wand, right, and just say, this is what I would do if I wasn't worried about failing and if I wasn't worried about money.
Absolutely.
And that informs you a lot about what you really want.
It does.
And what your dreams are and what your passions are. Except the idea that you don't have the same financial value system that your parents did. We kind of touched on that.
Safety.
Yeah, safety.
It's definitely safety. And you also have to consider that you may want to be or do something different than what your parents think that you should do. And know that that's okay to do that, right? Really tap into your own heart and say, what do I want to do in life? How do I want to contribute? What is the best me? And then seek out what that is.
Okay, let's talk about that. You say you need to set clear goals about experiencing what you really want.
Very clear. As clear as you can possibly make them. I think they get clearer as you move into whatever it is that you're doing. But your idea is to set a goal and make a decision to start to pursue that, and then pay close attention to what starts to show up in your life. Because the moment that you set a goal and make a decision, you're going to start to see the opportunities to do whatever it is that you want to do. And then the way to do all of those things will start to show up with it.
Okay. Once you clearly understand your desire and have those goals set, look for some of those opportunities. Just start kind of paying attention to them.
Yep, absolutely. And so I was stuck for like 2 years at least at $20,000. Decided to make a change in my personality, changed my attitude a little bit, made myself a little bit better. 30 days, my income tripled, because I recognized an opportunity that was around me that I had never seen before. So it changes our perception. When you make a decision, you start focusing on what is it that aligns with that decision, and you start to see it, and then you start to see it everywhere, and you can make a decision to step into it.
Because if you're walking around thinking, oh, I'm never going to make more than $20,000, this just stinks, I'm working so hard,
and
I'm not getting,
I did that for 2 years. I was like really bitter because I couldn't figure out a way how to change it.
Okay, what if your goals are unrealistic? Then what do you do then? Because I mean, a lot of people have unrealistic goals.
Well, they're unrealistic based on somebody else's perception generally. So you got to sit down and ask yourself, if this is what I really want, how unrealistic is it really? I mean, in 1962, Kennedy said, let's put a man on the moon. That was pretty unrealistic at the time, and yet we did it in 1969. So we have to really think about what's unrealistic based on what do we think that we're really supposed to be here to do. And I think that comes in the form of, like, it's a persistent feeling of desire that this is what I want to accomplish. And if you believe in it, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, that feeling that just won't go away, right?
Absolutely.
That you try to repress it because you want to do the responsible thing, right? That your parents are telling you to do, keep the good paying job, or just stay with what you know, play it safe. But that thing that gnaws at your heart and you can just sort of feel it in your bones, that's the thing to pay attention to.
And if you don't, you'll live your life in regret. Because you'll look back and you'll be like, I would, I should, I coulda, and you didn't do it, so you played it safe.
Quickly, do I need a support group to help me through this, or someone like you to help me?
Supportive people. You need supportive people. People that will align with your vision and support you in it instead of trying to tear you down and keep you where you are.
Yeah, those people need to... You got to get those people out of your life.
You got to get them out of your life.
You really do. DavidNeagle.com. Go there for more information. Note the spelling there on the screen. DavidNeagle.com. Nicely done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm learning so much today. We have wonderful guests.